All right. Hello, everybody. Marcus Guiliano here, your host of In the Weeds, real tales from the restaurant industry. And today we're going to talk about marketing. And who's joining me today?
Hi, my name is Stjepan. I'm from Croatia. A little background, I'm writing the second book on restaurant marketing. I have clients all over the world, restaurant specific, in the digital marketing business for like last seven years. And I built I paid my college and everything working in a restaurant, so I know restaurant business from inside out, except the kitchen. I never cooked. So I cook only business books for the restaurant now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So we've had some time off air talking, and I love talking marketing. Quick question. What is more important, good food or good marketing?
Good marketing gets you customers, but if you don't get good food, then you don't have loyal customers and you don't have business. So basically, they're equally important. And when we are talking about marketing, the good food and good service is like prerequisite. So without it, you don't have a business. You can do marketing for like whatever time you want, but when people need to come back, they won't, because no good food means no repeated business.
And if you're my neighbor in a restaurant, I'm going to outmarket you. That's the bottom line. So don't get outmarketed. So people think, location. How important is location anymore?
It's pretty important, but location is important to be on trending social networks, trending online channels. That's the location now, not physical location, not the street, not the place, not whatever. That's old school. New school is like, find me on my cell phone, find me on my Facebook, and get me on my Instagram story. Then I saw you. Then I'll go eat. Like people people nowadays are in KFC and McDonald's, and they like restaurants is like taboo for them, just fast food, just gave me something while driving and that's it. So
yeah. All right. Awesome. That's very well said. All right. So let's talk about three big techniques that restaurants, three techniques or tricks that restaurants can do for marketing. So if you can break it down into like three things that you would tell a restaurant to focus on, marketing techniques. Is it a platform? Is it birthday offers? Is it database? Doesn't need to be an order of significance, but what are three things that restaurant owners should be focusing on when it comes to marketing?
Well, first and the most easiest is setting up a review funnel. So basically, a lot of clients, a lot of people who own the restaurants I'm speaking to, they actually have trouble with reviews because they don't know how to gather, So I come to a restaurant, I have a good experience, and like maybe 8 to 20% of the time people will actually leave a review, if not asked. And if asked, like every 40% of people will actually do it. So what I'm telling them is find a creative, fun way to get their email list, get them to write some review, and then you approve it or don't approve it. Like, for example, if I leave a good review, then just ask for permission to put it on Yelp or Trustpilot or whatever. And if not, ask me how you can give me a better experience next time. And just set up, because nowadays when everything is online, people don't ask friends, oh, can you recommend a restaurant? They just Google and they check out the best reviews. So
I love that, and that's been the mainstay of my business for years. We put out comment cards every night. They write all their information down. There's a box in the back if we can use their information to market. They tell us what we did right. Every single person, we email them back personally. And
awesome.
We talk to them personally. If it's a good review, thank you very much. Glad you had a good time. Would you mind sharing that, your experience online? And we give them links to our TripAdvisor, Yelp, and Google. And, at that point, they're more likely to do it because they're getting back a personal message from the owner, from the manager, whatever. These right here are gold for us for reviews. And that's allowed us to get we have more reviews than the next 20 restaurants combined on TripAdvisor. So,
yeah, I actually helped. It's a bar. It's a bar with the snacks, so not technically a restaurant. But I actually set up a Facebook Messenger review funnel system for a friend of mine, free of charge. And in 2 months, he became #1 TripAdvisor and he was a new business. So 2 months.
Folks, this is gold. What Stjepan's saying here is gold. To be #1 on TripAdvisor, even in the top 5, but to go to #1 and being a brand new restaurant is amazing. That is like pure gold right there. You will have no idea how much business that brings. That right there is like a mainstay. I'm having my best year ever this year because we just have so many amazing reviews constantly, and it's amazing. Now, I don't know if you do this, Stjepan, but we like to upload photos on a daily basis to TripAdvisor, Yelp, and Google. Every day I have somebody go on and put 1 to 2 of our photos, not our guest photos, our photos, so we can control the content. And I get reports every day from Google saying 100 people viewed your post, 100 people viewed your post, 200 people, 50 people viewed your post. People are looking at these. And I hear a lot of restaurant owners that say, I don't bother with my online reviews. Let's just leave them alone. You know, I can't stand dealing with that. Well, you know what? You have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Because the customers, the guest is dealing with it. You got to deal with it. So, all right.
I agree. Yeah.
All right. I love #1. Okay, #2.
#2, let's say 2.1, is Google My Business listing, because just a second.
No problem.
Yeah.
It's reality radio.
Yeah. So
your dog can bark and everything.
Yeah. So basically, last case study I did in April this year is around 6 million searches on Google in the United States are some restaurant near me in 5 kilometers around, you know, so 6 million searches. And you know what the potential is it? And like every 7th or 8th restaurant actually has Google My Business, and 1 out of 10 has regular data, has it optimized, and has actually functional. So people, this is something you can do like in 1 hour and can bring you business like next day. So this is something people overlook all the time. So
right, I agree with that too. We actually put our events on Google My Business too. You can list events.
Yes.
Yeah, you can also put YouTube video links and link to your YouTube. We do that, and like I said, we upload tons of photos. I mean, tons of photos, and it literally takes this kind of stuff. Literally takes 20 minutes a week to do something like this.
Even if it took 2 hours a week, it's like so valuable, and it's like priceless for your business. Definitely.
I agree 100%.
So
all right,
and the main second point is what you just said is people, restaurant owners or managers, they are troubling with the questions. Oh my God, what content should I post? What should I do? And the Russell Branson, who is like one of the top 5 people in the marketing industry, says just do Seinfeld days. Seinfeld is like show for about nothing, just day-to-day nothingness. And you can just picture a fresh cooked meal. You can just picture new meat arrival. You can picture anything. You just like Gary says, just document what you're doing every day and put it out there. People in these days where everything is like paid traffic, people like some genuine organic stuff. Somebody that's not throwing stuff at them, is just saying, hey, I'm here, this is what we do, if you like it, just come by.
Yep. Yeah. Do you know Steve Larson?
Yeah, I actually heard about it. Never, yeah.
Yep. So I was hanging out with him. We were having dinner, and after right before ClickFunnels Live, and I heard him speak as well, and he hit this point on the head. And he started his podcast, and he went back to Russell like 30 episodes later, and he goes, Russell, I'm going to delete my first 10 episodes because they suck. And what did Steve go? He goes, Russell goes, no, you're not. People want to know you were human once.
Exactly.
They want the real aspect of you. And I love Gary V's just document. That's the new thing. Document, document, document. People watch the weirdest, unmeaningful things ever. Let them watch you. Look, get their attention. But you can make it interesting, and you can really. I did my first Facebook Live this morning at 6:30 in the morning with my running clothes on in a dark restaurant, sitting at my bar. like not the ideal setting, not the ideal light, not my ideal look, but 6:30 this morning, and I got tons of views on it. And I'm being real. Hey, I'm getting ready to go run soon. My dog is jumping up on my lap, and I'm just talking about what was happening, what's coming up in the restaurant.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
people
people hate the perfect image. All these brands out there are trying to put out. You're not perfect. Stop trying to be perfect. Be human, and just emotionally connect with your customers. And this is exactly what will get you there.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. One more idea.
And the third, and the goal is loyalty. So combining loyalty programs, you don't have to buy, you don't have to do anything. You just offer some incentive, free coffee every Monday when it's slow days, like free dessert with an actual meal, whatever. Just take their email address and connect with them on their email, like weekly, just so they know that you exist, what you've been doing. Like, oh, check out this steak. It was like marinated for like 72 hours with our new herbs from India. I don't care. People like to know that, because when they're thinking about food and when they are stressed or in the business, it's dopamine in your head. They instantly become hungry, and when they want to eat steak, guess where they're gonna go?
Guess where they're gonna go? Right, to the person who's on their mind. Exactly right. I love when you said free coffee. This is one thing that I tell all of my clients: give away coffee.
It's the cheapest thing.
It's the highest margin item. It costs you what, a dime for a lead magnet. Like literally 10 cents for a lead magnet is unheard of in any industry. Just put it out there, get them in the door, get them in for brunch, we have a theater right next door to us, a professional equity theater. They do amazing off-Broadway plays. And I have a free offer for free coffee after any show. And 10 o'clock at night, they walk in my door, and I don't care if it's an espresso, cappuccino, I don't care what it is.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They're in my door, and they're not in somebody else's door. Because at first, my staff was like, oh, we have to upcharge for cappuccino. I said, no, we don't. But it costs more. I said, it does. But they're in our door. They're in our door. They're not sitting across the street next door.
It says free coffee,
They're in our door. That's the most important thing. And my staff is like, well, what if they don't buy anything? I'm like, I don't care. You program their brain to do an action.
Exactly.
And the next time they're at the show, they're programmed to come back into your place again. It's simple as that. And and so all right, you and I
a couple of visits, they will go and just grab something to eat. Yeah.
You and I are totally on the same wavelength here. This is fantastic. You and I are like
just one piece of nugget on these free coffee and stuff. So since I worked in the restaurant, like almost from server to waiter to cashier to whatever. For managers and restaurant owners that they're thinking about how to improve their customer experience, start with your staff. So if you can afford to get a free coffee to a customer, get the percentage of some meals, of some drinks to your waiters, to your staff. Combined, if you have slow days, if you have some food that you need to bring out faster, just recommend to people and reward them with percentage of it. So I see a lot of unsatisfied staff in restaurants who are underpaid, overworked, and I know business is not doing good because you don't have good foundations, good marketing, but your foundations are staff first, customers later, of course, food included.
Yep. Awesome. Great advice. Great advice. You dropped a lot of nuggets of gold here today. And I can tell you're following some very influential people in the marketing world. by the references
Yeah.
you've made. So yeah, and folks, this stuff is simple. This is simple strategies that anybody can pick up a Russell Brunson book. Anybody can watch Gary Vee. Anybody
Yes.
can watch John Taffer. This stuff is on the internet. It's on YouTube. It's free. It's there. You can educate yourself every day on this kind of stuff. And here the thing is, again, marketing is something you do consistently, not something you did. And
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
every restaurateur, every chef, when I first opened 15 years ago, when they all told me, oh, I don't have to market, Marcus. I don't market. I don't pay money. All of them are out of business. Every single chef who's ever been stubborn and said, my food is good, I don't need to market, is out of business.
People just can just think about who in the restaurant business is like celebrity. Everybody knows Sel Bay.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about? He was like sold who until the viral video of him preparing and selling food, and then poof, in 2 years or 1.5 years, like billion restaurants around the world. His restaurants, he's booming the world. Like, what are we talking about? So what I have found, a lot of owners and managers and what are stopping by is they're listening something and they say, oh, I know that. And okay, but are you doing it? Well, no, but I know that. So the question when you hear something, for all people who are listening to this, is you have to question yourself, how can I implement that for myself, for my business, for the next day, for today? Not I know this, because then, as Robert Kiyosaki says, your brain stops thinking, stops working. If you say, how can I implement and do this that will work for my business, for my day, for whatever, then you start thinking, and then business is growing. So,
all right, awesome. Stjepan, thank you for joining us from Croatia. And I would love to get to Croatia someday. Croatia and Slovenia is going to be one of my next trips when I go to northern Italy.
awesome. Make sure to contact me. So
absolutely, absolutely. So I got as far as Udine, Italy a couple years ago, and I never made it across the border because one of the wineries kept us there for 2 extra days and wouldn't let us go, which is no complaints, but we were actually on our way over into Slovenia. And Croatia is definitely on our list. We buy from a couple wineries in Croatia and in Slovenia, one winery in Slovenia. So I like to visit our producers. So that is definitely going to be on one of my trips. And I hear how Croatia has amazing beaches and all the islands there. So yeah. Excellent. All right. Thank you, Stjepan. We appreciate it. Amazing nuggets of gold here today. This podcast, this recording is literally worth $100,000 if somebody takes information and applies it. So awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Thank you for
Stjepan.
inviting me.